Hi everyone, my name's Krista, and today we are going to be showing you my very first Sims 4 speed build. I've been playing The Sims since the first one came out, which may or may not give away my age a little bit. But today we are going to be showing you a coffee shop that I made in the game named The Daily Grind. I start with a basic little L shape for the actual building. I kind of play around with the balcony a little bit, which I end up messing with more later. This lot is actually a new crust, and it is a 15 by 20 lot, I believe. It's the really small one. I have it next to Hogan's Burger Bar that came with Dine Out. It takes me a long time to figure out what door I wanted to use with this. I wanted the outside to make sense with what it's next to, but I also wanted kind of a little bit of a homey feel, especially on the inside. I just made the walls a little bit taller there so I can get slightly bigger doors in. Now I'm placing the coffee bar, which gives me a really good idea of sizing for everything and where I kind of want to go after that. I move around a couple times. I do end up having it directly by the front door, which makes sense because if you walk into a coffee shop, it should be right there. Using those cute stone stairs right there. And I'm moving the lot around to make a little bit more room for the little back outside dining area that I want to make. I like the white railing with it. I want the outside to be kind of modern, but also very homey. I end up making the outside dining area split level, which is kind of nice. So you have a little bit of an exit that leads onto a little patio, and then it walks out into another small patio. There's also a side entrance to that back dining area that I'm building. And those doors that I have don't stay there very long. I do really love those doors. I built a florist shop in Windenburg for the Fire family, and I use those doors there too. I end up changing it for this build a little bit later though, like I said. And now I'm just doing a little bit of a stone pathway from the front entrance to that little side entrance we have. For a moment there I did try experimenting with a different stone pattern to do little different things at certain spots. I didn't like how it looked though. Now I'm placing the outside garbage bin, trying to figure out which one I want. Next, we are putting in the lights so I can see inside. I'm also resizing part of that outside patio area. I moved the coffee bar slightly so we can have a little bit of an L-shaped counter because I wanted to have some seating up at that counter. And I'm also putting in the little kitchen type area. I use a lot of white in this build, especially on the inside. It ends up being white and blue for the color scheme. I like it for something like a cafe because it adds a brightness, a freshness, and a hominess all at the same time. For a second, I was trying to get a closed-in kitchen a little bit better. I don't believe that's how I end up going with it later though. I end up just having it on the outside and visible because it just closed things off way too much. I wanted it to feel a little bit more open than that was. The small boxes that I keep placing and changing around are my attempts at doing a bathroom, just a little quick outline of where I'm doing it. Here I'm changing the door again, and I end up going with these large square modern doors in white, partially because it brings a lot of light in, but it also gives the outside a more modern take. I also chose navy for the walls and a nice white floor, white wood floor. Adding in some big bright windows. I think those are the new ones from Get Famous. And I'm experimenting with a couple of different ones. I ended up choosing the ones from Get Famous because they're cozy but kind of modern at the same time. I was going to place the tables from Jungle Adventures. Those didn't end up working, so I ended up doing the plank ones that I think are from Pets. They might not be, but I like the white wood plank ones a little bit better with what I was doing. Because once again, I'm trying to go for a more country yet slightly modern feel. Something really homey and comfortable and bright and clean. I'm also staggering the kind of seating that I'm using because I want to have a couple of different areas for seating that can accommodate different groups. For that wall art, I love that cute little coffee cup that I just put there. It's a cute little painting. And I'm placing a chalkboard. It will be a chalkboard later. There we go, the little cafe ones, because they're adorable. And adding in the little tea kettles. Nice little collections. Adding a little sandwich board outside. Had to add in that little set of pastries, of course. Gotta have those at any cafe. Coffee, tea, and sweets all go together. Here I'm experimenting with what kind of sign I want to put on the outside. I ended up hating that one. And as you can see, I'm going through a couple of them. I promise I decide on one. It just takes a minute. I have a problem where I always want to put brick or stone on every build I do. And here I'm just experimenting with the different ones and some siding because I want to do different textures on the outside walls. I do enjoy doing that, having a little bit of siding and a little bit of stone or brick. I also like to use some of the columns to separate where I use the different materials on the outside. I think it adds just an extra little nice architectural element. Now we're setting the tables and the chairs for the outside dining area. I wanted to carry the white and blue to the outside and stagger them again a little bit. I love these tables that have little umbrellas. I think they're really cute and it will keep the hot sun off of our sweet little Sims. Or your not so sweet little Sims. It all just depends on how you play. Now I'm adding some of the outside decoration elements, like little flower boxes. I'm just trying to figure out exactly which ones I want to do. I love using plants because it adds just a little bit extra. Also, I raised the walls once again because I wanted to be able to use a little awning. The awning plan fell through. I do end up sizing up those flower boxes to fit with those windows better. Still trying to get the awning to work and it just doesn't end up working. Now I'm going to do the roof. I at first am obviously just playing with height and all that stuff. I do a half slope roof and a sort of pagoda type front part of the roof for that little front section. I do mess around with it quite a bit and I end up just going back to basically what I had at the beginning because that's just normally what happens. playing with some exterior trims and changing the color of the roof. I also added a different texture, a vertical siding, which you really didn't get to see because it sped through really quickly. And now I'm figuring out what kind of plants I want in the back. I end up using that little wheelbarrow. The bathroom ends up being really simple and kind of fancy. More white and blue, like normal. I also end up using some decorative plates in that bathroom as well, after I experiment with some other decorations, of course. One thing I've noticed about decorating in The Sims 4 is that I always have huge issues with curtains for some reason. I always want to add curtains, but I can never find ones that I feel like work. Here we're just playing with lighting, trying to figure out exactly what kind of lighting I want to do. I end up picking the long one that I think is from Pets, yeah, that one, and putting it all around that barista bar area. And I add some sconces from Dine Out. For the bathroom, I just put in the little kind of shell lighting. That's the best way I can describe it, where there's a light underneath and then kind of a shell over it. And obviously I have it changed to be dark so I can figure out exactly what kind of light I need. For the outside walls, I used the kind of Asian looking outdoor light that they have, and for the walkways I used the little floral ones. And now I'm adding a variety of bushes to the outside. Once again, just add a little bit more plant life and a couple of flowers for a little bit more color. I'm trying to add some flowers on certain tables to just give a little bit extra pop inside. I like doing that a lot. Now I'm adding in the carpet in that navy. I love that pattern carpet in that blue. I use that carpet way too much. It's literally my favorite. Here I'm kind of zooming in and zooming around to see if there's anything else I feel like I need or anything I missed. A lot of wild camera flailing. Here's just a montage of different camera shots of what the build actually ends up looking like, so you can get a good idea. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, it is the first Sims one that I've ever uploaded on YouTube. Hopefully you liked it. If you do like it, please hit that like button. If you want to see more like this, please subscribe. I'm thinking about uploading maybe once a week. We'll see. If you have any questions, comments, or feelings, please just leave them in that comment section down below. Hopefully I'll see you soon.